Well, we've just moved out of our eclipse season. Well, actually, not quite yet. We've got Saturn going direct. Yes, he is finally going direct. And we are celebrating Halloween, Samhain, whatever it is that you celebrate, Dia de los Muertos, whatever it is this week that you are celebrating. So we've got lots to talk about. So let's go ahead and dive in with this week's Sidereal Astrology forecast. Hey, my friend, welcome, welcome. This is Keeping It Real with Sidereal. I am Danny C. Neese, your spiritual healer, intuitive astrologer, helping you. Tell me what you think about this one. It's been coming to me over these past few weeks. I've been really downloading and allowing myself to receive and surrendering to what is coming. So helping you become a conscious manifester. What do you think? All right, my friend, let me know in the comments. So this is, we've got a couple things going on. And so I do want to talk really quick about we have had a couple of eclipses over this past month. So this is the astrology forecast for sidereal astrology forecast for October 30th through November 4th. And we just this past weekend had our full moon lunar eclipse in Aries. So our sun is currently still in Libra. We did have our moon in Aries. And so we had the opposition, we had the bringing forward, allowing us to surrender into the me versus we, which has been a cycle that we have been for about a couple years now. So kind of around in, I believe it was 2021 is when we last had this combo, beginning this eclipse cycle. And so because of that, we've had over these past couple of years of really allowing ourselves to review, to step into, to acknowledge, to understand, to become aware of the me and the we. Me allowing myself to notice how the we, right, interacts with us, or how we are mirrors and reflections of the we. For me personally, it has been a lot of understanding the dynamics of the we for me. I am, surrendering to the idea. If you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, as a matter of fact, I think I posted it on both. I just had this experience during this full moon lunar eclipse where I was surrendering and allowing and coming to the realization of the we, and allowing myself to be supported by the we. I am somebody who grew up with really great positive affirmations from my parents, although conflicting, of you are powerful, you are independent, you can do things on your own, and you are strong, and which were really great and powerful affirmations for me. There was also the conflicting messages in other ways that were coming at me, which, you know, screwed my programming. However, what it did allow for me, though, is to kind of have a bit of this barrier of I don't need support, or it's weak to lean on others. It's weak to allow people to hold space for you. And so there's been a lot of that allowing me to release that, right? A lot of that more masculine energy and step into the receiving of the feminine. And so I had a really beautiful experience on this past weekend with this full moon lunar eclipse and this ending of the cycle of allowing myself now to be held and supported by others, by the we. And so it had to go through its, its cycle of, being a people pleaser to, becoming extremely independent to discovering what my level of me and we is. And that's something I'm definitely starting this next cycle with, right? This next cycle of this eclipse season. I'm definitely in that myself. So I'm going to ask you and invite you to explore that for yourself as this energy we're still in this energy. We're not, even though the eclipse is gone, right, so to speak, we're still in this energy. And our next eclipse is happening in April 2024. And so there is a little bit of this period before our next big transition, although there's going to be things along the way. This is our next kind of eclipse transition. So I just want to kind of point that out. We should be starting to feel a little bit more movement coming forward with Saturn going direct and us leaving this eclipse season. So look out, my friends. We do have Scorpio season coming up soon, though. So let's go ahead and dive in. I do want to point out really quick that I do not, sadly, the program that I normally use to share with you guys, which is Luna, which I absolutely love to use for you guys because it's really easy to kind of share. For some reason, their website's having some problems. So we are going to use the program where I do most of my work in, which is in Prometheus. So you'll see a different image than you probably normally see when you watch these videos. So we begin our week here. We can see our sun is still in the zodiac sign, moving through the part of our sky that is Libra. So we're still right in here in this energy. And we can also see that Mars has been pulling away now. Mars is pulling away from the sun. It is at 6 degrees. By the end of the day today, here on Monday, it is going to move out of that conjunction energy, and we're going to see it move closer to Mercury. Well, it will be conjunct with Mercury on the 29th. So later on today into tomorrow, we're going to see this conjunction happen. It's like moving really beautifully. And so we have had a lot of this drive, a lot of this motivation type energy to kind of like done with things and I'm ready to move forward with things, right? We've had a lot of that kind of energy coming through with that Mars and Sun conjunction. And now we're moving into this conjunction here with Mars and Mercury. And so it's going to peak over the next 24 hours, but then we'll still be in that energy all the way to the 5th, to the end of this week. So a lot more mental activity that we're having here, because when we get Mars, it's like Mars and Mercury are hanging out, right? They're BFFs right now. They're hanging out and they're sharing with each other. And so Mars is really pushing a lot of that thinking and that mental activity. You could also be in a position where you're going to have to argue or defend a position, or feeling a bit of aggressive or defensive type nature to your thinking, where you're going to want to like put up your guards and kind of like hold fast to something. So be mindful of that. This energy tends to be when we get in arguments or we get triggered really easily. And I want you to think about this as these things start coming up. Your mental activity, right, is really strong right now. There's a lot going on and you're going to need ways to release that. So I want you to keep in mind that this is a really good time to do some puzzles, really good time to study, really good time to dive in and investigate things and things that are going to stimulate the mind, because the mind has all of this kind of overload that's happening. And so have a practice of some sort where you can kind of take some notes on some of the things that are coming forward. I've had so many different ideas. This is actually just downloaded this morning about the helping consciously manifest. I have a cosmic alignment that we started on October 16th, and this was a last minute decision to run forward with this. I had downloaded it maybe by the week before, and I was like, oh, that's a really great opportunity, really great program. I like it. And I wasn't going to do it till 2024. And I started to hear a lot of conversation. I'm like, oh, we need this now. So I went ahead and just kind of put it out there really quick and got us going, got us started. And one of the things that I have been talking about with them, especially this week, is around some of the triggers that we're having and a lot of the mental activity that we're having, but allowing ourselves to just be aware, right? To be very conscious of what it is that we're doing, because we are creating, my friend. We are manifestors like no other. We are always manifesting. And so we want to be in energetic alignment to what it is that we desire. We want to be conscious, right? Consciously creating our lives, consciously creating what it is that we want. And so that's where this has, I've been in this energy, and then I received that this morning and I was like, oh. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. um, be mindful during this energy. You're going to want to have a tendency to act before you think. Be mindful, do your very best to take a pause. If you're wanting to, if you get triggered by something, I want you to, from a negative standpoint, if you get triggered by something, I want you to just notice that you're getting triggered, take that beat, and then respond, not react. Mars is very much the energy of reacting. So again, I want you to keep that in mind for yourself and also for those around you. They may not know what's going on like you do. All right. So that is our Mercury, and I wanted to point that out because we do have these guys. They've been kind of hanging out here for a bit together. Now you can see that we have all of these. We kind of have this opposition energy over here. So we do have our Sun and Mars and Mercury are all kind of in this opposition to Jupiter right here, and then we are going to see this energy come up in a bit with the Sun and Uranus. But right now we've got these guys in this opposition. So I just kind of want to point out really quick that this energy with these guys are a bit intense. And I say that because of this right here, the Mars and the Jupiter. Now, with Mercury and the Sun, there's a lot more optimism, and I'll talk about that in a second. But we do have this opposition with Mars, and so where Jupiter is very growth oriented, very wanting to expand, very big, and its energy is very optimistic and really, really, really nice, beautiful, cheerful, positive vibe. Mars is like, okay, we have to do this work. We have to go and do this. We have to fight for it, right? It's very much this battle, and it's impulsive and it wants to go. And then Jupiter's like, things are great. And so we can kind of have a bit of a combustion here with this energy alongside this conjunction where we're leaving the Sun, but we're moving into that Mercury, as I just talked about a little bit ago. So just be mindful of that, as like we could be seeing that over this week in particular, and all the way pretty much through this week. So I just want to point that out to you. Now, with the Sun though, and Mercury, whole other story. Lots of ideas, lots of optimism, lots of like great like energy to move things forward, to get things going, because we do have Jupiter in that Aries energy, which wants us to really go and do. And so pay attention to the ideas that are coming forward, pay attention to riding this wave right now. If you're kind of like feeling this wave of like motivation and feeling this wave of like moving things forward and feeling this like, okay, let's do this, like ride that wave, my friend, because it's a really beautiful wave that we have this opportunity to step into. The other really good thing about this particular transit with these guys is we've got Jupiter kind of helping us out, right? Really pushing us forward, really opening some doorways for us, opening some opportunities for us. Step in. Step in. If there's some opportunities that are coming forward for you right now, step in. There's a lot of more self-confidence, more like positive feelings about ourselves, like our self-confidence and our self-awareness. Like a lot of things are coming on. Act upon this energy. Take that step, do the thing, whatever it might be. Okay, So just kind of want to give you that little bit there. Now, let's talk a little bit about Venus, because Venus over here, she is also in an opposition, but she's in opposition to Neptune. Now, Neptune is our more spiritual planet. It's more of a dreamy planet. It really is, it kind of can have a little bit of an energy of like, kind of see things with rose colored glasses. And so what I love about this energy is we really have the opportunity to pay attention to our dreams, do some dream work, really have a good opportunity to step into our spiritual practices, our rituals, and really connect deeper with the divine, with God, with the great I am, whatever it is, the universe, right? Whatever it is you believe, we really have that ability to connect in. And us being in the energy of Halloween, Samhain, and Dia de los Muertos, like this energy of connecting, right? Because the veil is thin. So the veil between, and I'm going to stop my share for a second, the veil between our world and the other world is very thin right now. So this is why, like in Samhain or in Dia de los Muertos, right? We celebrate, we honor the dead, our ancestors, we honor spirit, right? Because it's this connection right now. Now, even the connection to Halloween, and I'd recommend doing some research on this and looking where Halloween kind of started and where it kind of originated, because some of these practices have been going on for years and they have transitioned, right? As all of the current holidays and celebrations that we do have in our world right now. But the original idea was to put costume on, right? To protect or to, you know, push away or guard against the spirits. So there, this time, whether you celebrate Halloween, whether you're celebrating Samhain, or whether you're celebrating Dia de los Muertos, like there is this idea of the other side, right? Being visible or being present. So this is a really good time to connect with the ancestors, doing some ancestral work. Great time to set up an altar, right? We with Samhain we celebrate. It's like the witch's new year, right? It's like our new year. It's our new beginning. It's the kind of the end of harvest season and the beginning of winter, right? And so I say this because whatever it is that you're practicing, whatever it is that you fall into, this is a really um, spiritual time of spiritual significance. And with this connection with Venus, which is love and beauty, right? And this connection with Neptune, we really have this beautiful opportunity to honor our spiritual self, to honor our spiritual practices, to honor those who have come before us, to honor our past experiences. And so I want you to just, consider taking some time this week, especially here at the beginning of the week, to really honor that, honor spiritual self, whether you practice, whether you celebrate Halloween or celebrate Samhain or Dia de los Muertos, whatever it is, like take some time to honor spirit self, right? Spirit connection, and looking at what this past year, right? We're stepping into the winter season, which is the darker season, right? We'll be moving into Scorpio in a couple of weeks. And that is, we start to look at more of the shadow, right? During that period. So I just kind of want to give you a little bit of that as you're thinking about this week, but really remembering and honoring the spiritual, really honoring the spiritual self in whatever way you choose. So, okay, let me get back to our forecast. Okay, so we have beginning our week. So let's talk about our moon. So beginning our week, make sure I'm on. Yeah, just want to make sure that I was on the third. I'm on the 30th here. So we start our week, we kick off, we can see that our moon is down here in Taurus. So the moon did move into Taurus on Sunday. So we have Sunday, Monday, and then looks like just a little bit into Tuesday, we will see our moon moving through the energy of Taurus. Now, Taurus is more of the kind of the homebody. It likes to chill out. It likes to take a break. It likes to be in the luxuries of things, right? I always think the Empress card in Tarot when I think of Taurus, like being fed with the grapes and sitting on a luxurious chair and just allowing ourselves to be nurtured and being within the earth element, right? And just being within earth. And it's just a really beautiful time. Now, so it's a time, yes, to kind of connect in with that, with our luxurious self, with our honored self, right? But it's also a really great time to honor in business, to honor and appreciate and show respect for our customers, our clients. Really good time to give, right? And make things, right, more luxurious for them. And I don't mean luxurious in the form of cost, right? But it could be luxurious in the way that you're, giving, right? Maybe you're giving them a gift of some sort or sharing with them of some sort. So just some things to think about for that. So we'll have this over this first part of the week. It's also a really good time to work on your finances. So if there's, we're at the end of the month here, so maybe looking at your finances, kind of, seeing where things are for the month or preparing for the next month. Really good time to take a look at that. And then now let's go in and look at the rest of the week. So we have it, you can see here on Tuesday. And then we'll move into Gemini on Wednesday. And when Gemini is more of a social sign, right? There's a lot more energy here for connection, for conversation, for teaching, for learning, for sharing. So this is a really good time for ideas, a really good time for quick research, really good time to run errands and like finish things up, like putting the bow on things. Not the time to start a new project, to go deep into things, go deep into research. Not the time to do that. This is a really good time to just connect with people, connect with communication. A lot of communication that tends to happen, and then it's happening on Wednesday, which is the day of Mercury, which is all about communication. So, well, I would say that probably Wednesday is going to be a really social day. A lot of connection, a lot of sharing. So in business, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, really good opportunity. And it'll move out of Gemini around noonish on Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, really great days to share. So whether you're posting on social media, whether you're sharing emails, whether you're doing videos, whatever it might be, really good opportunity to share and to teach your audience, your community. And then on Friday, we'll move into Cancer. So Friday through Sunday will be in the energy of Cancer. And Cancer really it's our water element. So by the time we get here, we're looking at bringing things to rest, bring things like coming inside. So the beginning of this week, we really kicked off like with that Aries energy on Sunday. And then we moved into Taurus where we kind of slowed things down a bit, but we're still kind of moving and doing things. And then Wednesday, we perked back things up, really social energy, really connecting energy, really sharing energy. And then come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's more of a nurturing type energy where we get to slow down, we get to nurture ourselves, nurture others within our home. You might find that you want to be more at home, more in a nurturing type vibe, whether that's nurturing others or nurturing self. But during this time, any water moon, which is this Cancer moon, you're going to want to take time for self, because what we're doing during water moons is refilling our cup. It doesn't matter what sign you are. Everybody needs that water time to refill. Okay, so you want to take that time over this weekend, whether that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or all the entire weekend. Take some time to refill the cup so that we prepare and we're ready to kick off next week with Leo. All right, my friend. I believe that wraps it up. Oh, I forgot the last thing is Saturn. So Saturn has been retrograde. We can see Saturn over here. It has been retrograde since June earlier this year. So June 17th is when it went retrograde, and it's in Aquarius right now, which is that community energy, more of the rebellion energy, more of that visioning. And so we have been asked to reassess and restructure what we did and how we did it, right? What did we do and how did we do it? And there was a lot of energy around letting go of friendships, of communities, of groups that are no longer in alignment. There was a lot of this happening over this past uh, almost about 5 months, right? Almost 5 months. And so I want to share that with you because now that it's moving forward and we've kind of had that time to evaluate and to look and to see and to bring some awareness to that aspect of our life, it's time now to move forward. And so whether you've decided to leave that group or that community, whether you've decided to join a new community, whether you're still like, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out what's going to be the best community for me, or the group for me, or the friendships for me. This is the period of moving forward. So I want you to be sure that you take some time, because we've been in reflection, right? We've been in awareness over the past 5 months, and now it's time to move forward. So whether you're ready to call in the new friendships, whether you're ready that are now more aligned, and I want to be clear with that because we have taken the time. Things have come into our awareness, whether we've realized them or not. Things have come over our awareness in the past 5 months. So make sure to take some time to consider what has come forward as it relates to groups and community and friendships. What has come up? What is no longer fitting? So if you're just in the awareness part, that's great, because awareness is the first step of anything, right? You have to be aware that there's something going on. And then you can step into the next thing. So being aware of like, ooh, I really became aware that this type of group or this type of community or these type of friendships actually don't really serve me, right? They're not feeling me, or it's unequal, it's unbalanced, or it's not my vibe, right? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with those communities, nothing wrong with those friendships, nothing wrong with those groups. We're just not in alignment now, whether we were in the past, but maybe we aren't now. And it's okay to say goodbye to them. It's okay to leave them. It's okay to move forward. If you are somebody who's kind of cut through, right, cut and released some of those communities, great. Now, what are you calling in? So I'm going to invite you to ask, what are the friendships you're calling in? What does that look like? What type of friendships are you calling in? How does it feel when you're with those friendships? What do those friendships look like? What do you do, right? Are you looking for friendships where you're on the phone with them every single day? Are you looking for friendships where you hang out every so often? Are you looking for the friend that you can call, 1 o'clock in the morning, and bam, they're at your door? Like, who are you calling in? What do you desire? What do you want? If it's for the communities, what type of community do you need right now? Because we can't attract that. We can't manifest that, consciously manifest that, if we don't even know what we want yet. So we've been through the period, right? Now it's time to move forward. So I do want you to take this minute to bring it into your awareness so that we can create and manifest what it is that we desire moving forward, as now Saturn is moving forward. And I didn't show you, but he is moving forward on the 3rd. So he'll be moving direct about the 3rd, 4th. It's going to be moving forward. So you start to feel that forward movement in that area of your life. All right, my friend, that wraps it up for this video. This is the Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of October 30th through November 4th. If you have not downloaded our Libra guidebook, I'm going to recommend that you download the Libra guidebook. Inside that guidebook, we talk all about Libra energy, the zodiac sign of Libra. We talk about this season with Libra. We talk about, we have different journal prompts in there for you to use every single week to kind of just tune into the energy of what's going on this season, as well as practices, rituals that you can do this season that we're in, this autumn season, fall season, and crystals that you can work with, and essential oil protocols to use to help work with this energy. All right, my friend, you can find that link down below, or you can go to thepsteacher.com/guidebook. and you can download it there. All right, my friend, have a great rest of your day. Have a fantastic celebration of whatever it is that you're celebrating, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.